So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Let him know, let him know.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14.
Check 99.
Brickstone, Travis. Hey, Charlie.
Right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Hey, Delta.
Check.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Sawyer. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 39 that time. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Ready?
From the gun, Sawyer. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Sawyer. And that's going to be incomplete. The former 1st-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
On 3rd down, Sawyer. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick here is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Right there. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check.
Hey, stop.
Check. Check 52. White. Where we go?
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Cannon Balaj. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. They'll run here with Balaj. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 44-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Watch, watch.
Winston. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Say, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Henry. 58 for Mike. 58. 58 for Mike. So don't say nothing. 58, right over there.
From the gun, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 28, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Hey, orbit.
Here we go. 50.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
There's the party now. Watch that. Jack.
Let go.
On first down, Sawyer. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long.
50's the mark. Watch the curl. Hey, switch gears.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Ken Lobo. Smith.
Check. Mike 50. 65. 50's the Mike.
Shoot.
Back to throw. Sawyer. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Switzer on the return. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch.
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off near his own 48, and he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
2nd and 6. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Ward. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And the drive starts with a completion, left side. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Mike, 58, right there. Here we go, here we go. 58, boys, 58. 58 is Mike. I got one. 58's to Mike.
Green, 17. Check.
First down, Winston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Kalen Ballage out of the backfield, and that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Easy.
Green, 17.
I got him. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
Throwing, Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 43. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. That's it.
To the air again with Winston. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Mike, 58, right there. Here we go, G. Hey, it's just me and you.
Wait.
It's just me and you.
Shift. Easy.
The second down throw for Winston. And now here is another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Keep doing that.
What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Under 10. 10. Slam.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Sawyer nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Check nickel. You go tight. You got tight.
Operating from the gun. Sawyer. Open man, it's Allen. A 3rd down gain of 19. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
This quarterback now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Sawyer. Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 19 yards away, as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Dancing to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
Easy. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Check Mike. Hey, Mike, 15.
Green, triple T.
Oh, you got D? Hey, Mike.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Green, triple T. Easy.
New Mike 52, Mike 52. Let's go, team.
3rd and long for Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Back. 57's the mic.
They'll run it now out of the gun. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Here we go, set. 10-2 saw.
What we got? Deuce.
Recon, 132 fighter. Bravo.
Hey, check Mike 57. Oh, here we go. Oh,
Hit it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Sawyer. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Ready? Blue lane.
I'm on.
Easy.
58, right over there. Yeah.
Flip it.
Ball shot. 58, boys, 58, Mike.
Following the interception, Winston. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. Winston now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Motion to the backfield. Mike 52. Watch the out.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Go. 52's the mic.
Working out of the gun, Winston. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
I'm coming. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Check tight end. Check tight. Check tight. 58 is the mic. 58. 58 is the mic.
Sunday!
Get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Wait.
Winston. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Easy. Hey.
Go get him. 58's the mic. 58.
Sonic.
Let's go, D.
Jameis to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. And, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
Exit.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks.
Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Still on it, weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
25, check 25, check 25.
Green, triple team.
58, boys, 58.
Easy.
Check.
Arvin.
Here's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Fielded at the 33. Called that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. It's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. A loss of 2 there, second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Winston now. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
58 to Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Hot 7, hot 7. And 58 is a Mike. Going 58 to Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here we go.
To throw, Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Watch this. Easy.
4th down, Winston. Flush to his right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Ten Lobo.
Let's get the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, Haywood.
2nd and 9 now. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
On the ready.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back to throw. Sawyer. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 6 yards away as his guys continue to pour it on.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Good one, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Easy. Hey.
Let's go.
Green, triple T.
58's the money. The money.
Watch.
Now Winston. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
I'm coming after you.
Flip it.
Now Winston on 4th down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal.
Check 31.
From the gun, Sawyer. Oh, he stays up. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Move. 3 down.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 50. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
Yep.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Hey, Mike's 50.
Looking to throw. Sawyer. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Back to throw. Sawyer, and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
How many times have we seen
under pressure, and they got to him again. Nick Bosa in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on second and long. Winston. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. To throw is Winston. Open man is Switzer, complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
Check 13. Check 13.
Green, triple T.
Check three.
They'll try and run with Balaj and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
50 to Mike. 6'6", bullet high. Switch it. Look, squeeze. Hard.
Kill, turn up. 36.
Hey, Charlie.
Switch.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Check 24.
Hey, alert 3.
Ready?
Second and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, Sam on. Hey, orbit.
Fresno.
Hey.
Alert. Mike's 50.
Five.
Operating from the gun. Sawyer. Caught by Allen. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down.
A gain of 13 yards, but it brings up fourth down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. On fourth down, Sawyer. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
Pick it up.
One last shot now for Winston. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one has gone as time has run out on this ball game. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Broncos, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.